1991, Bellevue, Washington. Men may go months or years without dating or having any kind of romantic relationship. Many women, on the other hand, seem to find it difficult to conceive of a Friday without a date or a year without at least one boyfriend. These two sets of conditions create different sets of values. One for women, based on abundant sexual opportunity, another for men, based on scarce sexual opportunity. When it comes to sex, comparing women and men is like comparing a desert-dwelling Bedouin to a native of Seattle. Seattleites reputedly don't tan, we rust. In Seattle, officials declare a drought if it doesn't rain for a few weeks or the snowpack in the Cascade Mountains is less than normal. In Seattle, the only people who really worry about a water shortage work for Puget Sound Energy or Seattle City Light. And it's not drinking water, but water to generate hydroelectric power they worry about. Water, we usually have more than we need, and sometimes it can be a real nuisance. In the desert, on the other hand, the Bedouins reputedly watch every drop. To them, it's a precious commodity they go out of their way to get. A typical Bedouin, who may expend far more effort than any Seattleite in pursuit of water, likely drinks less than even the driest resident of the Puget Sound region. Analogously, the same could be said of women, men, and sex. Mothers and female teachers instruct girls and young women to be aloof, withhold sex, and give it only to the most persistent, exciting, or richest men. Conversely, mothers, female teachers, and social myths all teach men to value female sexuality above male sexuality and to believe women supply the sex men must earn. Thus, women grow up in what Roy Schenck, author of The Other Side of the Coin, Causes and Consequences of Men's Oppression, calls a sexual rainforest, while men grow up in a sexual desert. Did I say that right? Women grow up in what, Roy Schenck? I hope so. During the peak of their sexual power, single women, according to George Gilder, author of Men and Marriage, have the attention of about 4.5 million extra men. That is, for most women in their 20s, there is 1 plus 4.5 million men. In other words, supply far outstrips demand. Having such a large selection from which to choose, that is, accept or reject offers, women are less preoccupied with sex than men are. In fact, many of them even feel harassed by it, just as a native of Seattle is frequently irritated by the abundance of rain. But this could change. If most women stopped turning men into success objects and treated them more like objects of love, would men reciprocate in kind and stop turning women into sex objects? Are most women ignoring most of the men who already treat them with respect? If most women stopped inflating the value of female sexuality and started initiating relationships with regular guys, everything would change. According to Sylvia Ann Hewlett, author of A Lesser Life, The Myth of Women's Liberation in America, women seem unlikely to change. Quote, traditional women were and are deeply suspicious of the package we call the sexual revolution. They know that in the past, women were valued for sex and reproduction, and they believe that wives should hang on to their monopoly on legitimate sex for the very simple reason that it enhances their value. Close quote. Many men have already changed. They don't sexually objectify women. They do approach women as equals. They are attentive and nurturing, and while some people call them nice guys, others, primarily women, call them just friends, or wimps, or blue pill men, or losers, or beta males, or beta male orbiters. Thus, most men have met women more than halfway, and most women are demanding more. This obviously isn't fair. Men know it, and some men may change again. As the men's movement matures, men will stop deflating the value of male sexuality and demand the respect and equality with women they deserve. In the sexual desert, this is inevitable. 2016, Olympia, Washington. In one of his early videos, Turd-Flinging Monkey talked about creating an artificial man shortage by men refusing to participate in the sexual marketplace. The MGTOW consciousness has started this process, but things like sex robots, virtual reality, and artificial wombs will make it happen faster. These technologies will lead to the day when billions of men simply don't care how women value us in the sexual marketplace because we won't need them. Is this a good thing? I don't know. But I can tell you this, it's been 12 years since the last time I had a girlfriend, and while there are times when I think it would be nice to have another girlfriend, with each passing year it concerns me less and less. And remember what Vengeance has always said, don't get married,